Hello, my name is Ant and you're watching Survive the Night, and in this episode we're literally going to do the final review, the full review of the Bobcat 1 by OEX. Now this has been an absolute dream of a testing period that we've done with this tent. Some seriously major weather we've had. I think there's 4 videos, test videos out there now. So have a look below and you'll find those videos. I'll link them as well, so you can have a look at that. But this is literally a full review of the product and my thoughts on it, as well as Leon's thoughts, because Leon was the one who pointed me in the right direction to buy this tent at the amazing price of £49. So yeah, go and check it out. Please have a look at it. And please watch this video because you won't be disappointed. We're going to run through everything. We're going to run through the pros and the cons as well, and hopefully let you decide on a purchase or not. A lot of people in the comments in the previous videos have been asking me how am I finding putting the pole into the eyelets. The first one obviously is easy. The second one is a bit of a struggle for some people. I find that it's not too bad. I've worked a way around that, but Leon has actually mentioned the guy line strap inside the tent. As long as that's not too taut and it's a little bit baggy, you should be able to do it. So we're going to try that now and see if it actually works. People might find that this little strap here is tight like that. There is no way, there's no chance that you would get it in at all. So make sure that this strap is totally out and loose, just like that. Now, you're going to find it's still going to be a faff. You're still going to find that it's quite tight to actually get in, but with a little bit of manoeuvring, it's in. Now, what I find, if you're still struggling like I was then, and your strap is fully out, what I tend to do is lift it up, put that end down like that, and then walk it over the pole. So you're bending the pole over. It's a lot easier to get in, literally. And I can see it, there you go. So it's a lot easier. So just a little bit of pressure on that side, bend the pole over, and it slips in a lot easier. So just before we put any kit in, I just want to show you a little modification that I've made that will help you when you first get the Bobcat 1. This will help you immensely on transporting and pitching up, especially in bad weather when you want to get the tent upright pretty sharpish. This little hack will help you out. When you purchase the tent, the inner connects to the outer with just that really. So upon transport, you've got 4 points, one here, one at the back, and the same on the other side. So when in transport, these come out and your inner's flapping about. By the time you get it all set up like this, you've got to faff around, just like in my 45 mile an hour winds video up on top of the West Pennine moors. So what I've got to do now is attach the inner to the outer by hooks. It's got 4 little hooks, if you recall, and there's no point in leaving them because in transport they just come undone anyway, so you have to do it every time that you come. That's what I'm finding anyway. Have a look at that video. I was struggling getting those in when all I wanted to do was actually get in the tent and just hunker down, but couldn't do because these had come out. So what I've used is a couple of those little basically U-bend clips, and or you can use carabiners. Leon's using carabiners at the minute on his, and these are a perfect nice bit of kit, plastic, nice and cheap off eBay, and literally 4 of those and that will never come off. So one of the cons, not for me and not for Leon, because I'm 5'9". What are you, Leon? 5'7", is the size of it. So it is a one-man tent and it can be quite narrow, much like the Van Gogh Banshee. You get a 6'1" person in that and you're lifting your legs up all night. You ain't going to be able to stretch them out, and this is much the same. You will have the same issue with that, because at the moment my feet are actually touching the bottom of the tent, but if I hunch myself up, I'm perfect there. So there is no issues whatsoever for 5'9"ers. 5'10", you'd be all right as well. Anything above that, and then you're pretty much struggling, I would say. But for me, it's a plus. It's great. It's a pro. What is on the menu tonight? Well, I've got some jerk chicken. Now, I want to show you these pots. If you've never seen them before, you get them from Morrison's. I think you can get them online as well. But Morrison's is the go-to shop, and they're £2, and literally they are so good. So it comes in a little box, fold-out box, and you get 3 tiers of little sachet pots with the ingredients in them. But they taste so good, and there's a range. We've got what we had, jambalaya. We've had a Vietnamese pork dish, which is fantastic. We've got this one, the jerk chicken, and there's also another 2 others as well. So they are fantastic. Oh, that is looking good. The old taste test. Oof, man, that looks good. Oh man, that rub's nice. Oh, it's got a cake. Oh, that's so good. Another winter warmer, definitely.
Another good night spent in the Bobcat 1 by OEX. Now we're going to go through the pros and a little bit more in-depth detail of the tent overall, really. So for me, one of the pros, that's gone out again. So for me, one of the pros is the fast pitching time. It doesn't take long at all. If you're struggling and you're in a bit of a pickle in the weather, you can get this up, I would say, probably, what, less than 5 minutes? I would say, no problem. Would you say that, Leon?
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say about 5 minutes to get it upright and yourself in it. Once you've added these extra clips onto it, it's a lot better. So yeah, I would highly recommend sticking those clips on it. Next pro is lightweight. It's 1.9 kilograms, which is next to nothing really. You know, it's straps onto your bag or inside your bag, whichever you choose to do. But yeah, you cannot feel that weight at all. The next pro is it's sturdy, it's rigid. Nothing seems to be bothering it at the moment. The weather that we've tested it in, which has been hail, winds, very, very strong winds, and general bad weather, and it's not moved. It is like a rock, solid. As you can see, I've took the inner down again in there just to give me that little bit more space. There are 4 options on the door that you can change out. One of the options that I like is the one where you can bring it down quarter way. If it is bad weather and you're cooking in the vestibule, that'll let out all your steam. Another door option I like is the halfway option. So as you can see there, the door, in the centre of the door, it comes as a little eyelet that you can peg out and then just have half of the door open, which is a real benefit, again, in bad weather. And especially if your mate's over there, you can speak to him. Ah, there he is. So yeah, plenty of options on the door. I really like that. Another feature that we find really helpful, and I think I've only seen it in the OEX brand, to be honest with you, is this little mesh over the actual pole itself, or under the pole. Now it's designed just to let the wind through, so it's not gathering on that pole, and I think it does really work well. Another plus that I haven't noticed as yet is condensation. I've had 0 condensation in it.
Oh, me either.
Yeah, Leon's the same, he's saying, so that is an absolute bonus. The hydrostatic head as well is 5,000. Now that is going to keep you dry no matter what, and I mean, it is just perfect material, really thick and durable. So yeah, more than happy with that. Finally, we do have the poles and pegs, aluminium, dead lightweight. The pole is 8.5 mil. One of my pet hates of it is this. I really don't like this flap. It is so annoying. And if you're sat here in the rain, that is going to be dripping down onto your legs, which I really don't like that idea. There are options around that where you can put your trekking poles up and have it lifted out. So there is that option there. So we'll have to try that, but as it stands, I really don't like that feature. Another con that I've found, which I don't like, is that the back does actually blow in on the inner. Doesn't let in any damp whatsoever. The inner doesn't get wet, but you feel the inner flapping in on you and pushing in on you. But it's nothing really major that I've found a massive issue with. But yeah, there are mods available online, which I may look at. But yeah, all it could do with is another 2 of them, one there and one there, and a couple more guys out, and that will cure that issue. This is the question that I'm going to put to you guys. Is this a 4-season tent? Answers down in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts. Me personally, I think it is. It has ticked every single box for me. The only thing that I've not been out in is heavy snow, but because the actual fly touches the ground and beyond, I don't see there being an issue with snow coming in there at all. Inside it, when you're zipped up, the heat that it produces is just phenomenal. I was toasty warm in the inner there this morning, and yeah, and throughout the cold spells that we've been taking this out and testing it, it's not faltered at all. So for me personally, I think this is a 4-season tent, a genuine 4-season tent, and it is sturdy as hell in the wind. I cannot fault that. So yeah, that's my personal view. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below.
This tent has been through a heck of a lot. Since we got them in November, we've been through some pretty horrendous conditions. The first one being up in the moors, where we did the original test and basically overview of the tent itself. Then we headed out up into the Lake District on the sub-zero -9 camp, and that was Baltic, absolutely Baltic, but it held up well in that. Then over Christmas, I did my first solo camp in it for 2 years, and that went incredibly well. We had 45 mile an hour wind gusts throughout the night, all night long. And then the final test came when we went out up into the lakes, and basically this was the last tent standing against the Hillyberg Black Label, solo Black Label, and also the Scarp one that got torn to shreds. But this little Bobcat was still going. Can't beat it, can you, Leon?
Not for the price, anyway.
Not for the price, yeah. It has gone up in price, unfortunately. There's been comments below saying that I should be getting some sort of money off Go Outdoors, OEX. But I'm just happy with this tent. It is an absolute classic tent, and it will be with us. It'll be in our arsenal for some years to come, fingers crossed, and many more extreme adventures, I would say. So yeah, are you enjoying it, Leon?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Would you recommend to get it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put the price down at 75 quid is probably your perfect price.
Yeah, £75 and happy days. And if you can get it at a bargain price like we did, then snap it up. And finally, we just want to show you this. Look at that. So that is Leon's full setup with the Bobcat one. That is the correct tarp for it, isn't it, Leon?
Yeah, expedition tarp, yeah.
Yeah. And what does it retail at normally?
I think it's about 90 quid.
So it's £90 for that. Is it worth it, would you say?
No, not 90 quid. Not for a tarp, anyway.
Not for a tarp. It does look good. So you get the poles with it, obviously the guy lines and pegs. And
just did ours back to front, didn't we?
yeah, we kind of swapped it round so that we could actually speak to each other. So it is back to front at the moment, but I really do like it. I think it's pretty cool. But what, yet again, Leon the bargain hunter, what did you get it for?
25 quid.
£25.
25 or 29.
So I would pay £25 definitely for it. What do you think I should get next to test out? Which tent should I try next?
Got to be budget.
Yeah, it's something budget. I can't afford these fancy tents. Would I want them as well?
Everyone else has got.
Well, yeah, I want something different. I want something to try and test yet again and put it through its paces. Put it through its absolute ringer. And yeah, what do you think? I'm liking the idea of the Wild Country Helm Compact 1. I really do like the look of that tent, and yeah, I'm thinking about that. There's also another one that I want to try, which is a hoop bivy bag made by Alpkit. I'd like to try that as well. What are your thoughts? Please put them in the description below what you think I should test out next. So this is the set of Harry Potter. How cool is this? Really, really cool. It's a place I wanted to visit for quite some time now, and it's literally just an hour and 20 minutes from our house, so I can't beat it. We have got a lot. We're very lucky in the UK. So yeah, stunning, absolutely stunning. And yeah, we're just gonna have a look around it and see what's what, and try and follow the footsteps of Harry Potter and the gang.